I've never done this before. I've never made a video like this, mainly because I've never had to, but something weird has been going on mainly since the beginning of November. Something just ain't right. So I wanted to address it with you guys, get some of your ideas, and give you a heads up on some potential changes that might be coming to the channel. This is my 5th year of doing YouTube full time, and 2025 has been the most volatile year on this platform. Normally, I have a good idea of how the channel will perform or how individual videos on the channel will perform. Year typically starts slow in January. Channel slowly rises through the spring. During the summer months, for some reason, this channel always explodes. Most cases, YouTube is very slow during the summer, but for some reason, my channel always performed well from May through around September. Once we get into late fall, winter, the views slowly decline, then rinse and repeat next year. That is the trajectory for the last 4 years on this channel. This year has been completely unpredictable. Honestly, it's been kind of bad. Instead of a slow rise in analytics and a decline towards the end of the year, my views and impressions this year have been literally a straight line. It's like I'm capped at a certain number of views and I don't go above or below that point. At times throughout the year, it's been a struggle to reach new viewers. For those that don't know, YouTube breaks viewers down into 3 categories. You got new viewers, casual viewers, people who watch, I think, once a week, once every 2 weeks, something like that. Then you got regular viewers. Now, I am very, very fortunate. I have a lot of regular viewers. Matter of fact, you guys are the reason that this year has still been okay. Without my regular viewers, I would be screwed. The problem is, I'm not reaching new viewers like I was in the past, which means the growth on the channel is somewhat stagnant. In 4 years, I typically average 40,000 new subscribers every year. This year, that number is down to 16,000. My views this summer were down drastically compared to last year, but it was fine, because the channel was still performing well. I'm not greedy. I'm not doing this to be famous. If I can average 2 million views between the 2 channels every month, I'm good with that. Obviously, I would like to average more, but I'm not going to complain about averaging 2 million views every month. I'm not going to complain because I went from 3 million last summer to 2 million. Not a big deal. I expected 2025 to be a down year going into it. Once the Trumper won the election, I knew it was going to hurt me a little. Right now, you're seeing a lot of far-left channels explode, just like I exploded when John Biden and cackling Cam Harris were in the White House. It makes sense. It's a lot easier to grab views when your audience has an enemy that everyone else is pissed off with. The Caitlin Clark injury in the WNBA obviously didn't help things. Without the Roo from Waterloo carrying the dump of dumps, I knew there was going to be less interest in pretend basketball this summer. So I really wasn't all that worried. The decline was expected. Views go up, views go down. I've been through many slumps before, and I always come out of them. And more than likely, I will come out of this current slump. But I gotta be honest with you. This is the worst slump. This first, the 12th day of November? This first 12 days of November, this is the worst slump I've ever experienced. Since the start of November, my impressions are down 50% compared to October. Miraculously, my views are only down 25-30%, which is a testament to you guys who continue to show up for me every day. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Like I said, I am very, very fortunate, and I'm sure you guys look at the channel and think it's still doing well. And look, it's not like it's the drizzling shits. It ain't doing that bad, but it's not reaching my expectations, and it's definitely in a slump through the first 10 days or so of November. When slumps like this happen, you gotta be careful, because if you're not careful, it can consume you. You think you're falling off, you blame yourself, you blame the algorithm, you blame YouTube, when the reality is, there really is no explanation for it. I remember last summer, Glenn Beck was going through a similar slump here on YouTube. Glenn Beck has over 1 million subscribers, and for a period of 2, maybe even 3 months, he was struggling to get 20, 30,000 views on a video. He had some videos getting less than 10,000. I'm going through that now on a much smaller scale. This month, November, I've had more videos with less than 10,000 views than I did, I think, in all of 2024. When I go through slumps like this, the last thing I like to do is look at other channels, because comparing yourself to others will eat you alive. But when I woke up this morning and I saw that my Major League Baseball video from yesterday had 6,000 views, when just 2 days earlier, the exact same topic generated 40,000 views. When I saw that this morning, I decided to check out Black and White Sports, because that channel is very similar to mine. As it turns out, they are going through the exact same thing. Matter of fact, they seem to be getting hit a little bit worse than I am. I reached out to Rhodes and I asked about their channels. He tells me in some cases they're actually going backwards. They are losing subscribers. Their videos aren't reaching their subscribers. One of his viewers welcomed him back the other day, thinking that it had been months since Rhodes had last uploaded a video. And look, it's not just us. I've seen people in the tech field, I've seen people in other areas discussing a decline in views. It's not everyone. Some channels are doing well, obviously, but in the YouTube forums that I'm in, I have never seen as many complaints about views and impressions as I've seen throughout 2025. Well, KC, you should expand. You should be uploading to Rumble or Twitter. Yeah, Rumble sucks. Let me tell you an interesting story about Rumble. True story. This is a true story. Last November, one of their, I guess, recruiters reached out to me. He wanted me to bring my channel and my YouTube audience to Rumble. I told him, I've been uploading to your platform for the last 3 years. He asked me to send him a link because he couldn't find my channel. Basically, Rumble didn't know I was on Rumble. We arranged a meeting. It was a great meeting. Spoke for an hour or so. He was absolutely amazed that I had over 1,000 subscribers on their platform. He told me, we don't have an algorithm. We don't have a way to push new creators, which means it's impossible to grow on Rumble unless they choose to push you, which they promised to do with me and then never followed through on that promise. To make matters worse, their monetization system sucks. If I have a video on Rumble and let's say it gets 1,000 views, which would be a miracle, out of those 1,000 views, 10, 15, maybe 20 viewers will get served an ad, which means I get paid for 10 views. Why would I waste my time uploading to that platform? Why would I move my audience from YouTube, where I'm still paid very well, to a platform that doesn't value creators? With Twitter, I'll probably start uploading on Twitter, but to me, Twitter's not a video platform. It's more of a news feed. The reality is, there is no replacement for YouTube. Not only is YouTube the present, YouTube is also the future. Right now, My second channel, which thank God I started it last year, my second channel is outpacing this channel in subscriber growth. It just doesn't make sense. And even as a viewer, I have noticed a sharp decline, I guess, in quality on YouTube. My personal feed, it's filled with the same videos, same topics. Seems like large channels are still doing well, smaller channels are growing, but those of us who are stuck in the middle, we are literally stuck right now. But, there's nothing I can do about that. Instead of complaining about the algorithm, which I don't control, instead of blaming YouTube, which I also don't control, I'm going to focus on what I can control. So here's what we're going to do. Rhodes gave me an idea this morning, and I've been noticing this as well. Channels that post 3, 4, 5 videos in a day, they seem to be doing well. So I'm going to try that here on the main channel. Won't be every day, but I'm going to try it out a few days a week, see if it works. Thinking about doing a weekly live stream. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to do live streams for years. The reason I never went live is because I was worried about the reliability of my internet connection. My studio is in a separate building from the main house, so everything out here is on Wi-Fi. When I was on broadband cable, upload speeds were very inconsistent, very unreliable. But now that I'm on fiber, it seems to be a lot better. But before I live stream, I've got to figure out how to actually do it. I have a meeting with my YouTube manager next week and going to go over all that. Also thought about expanding the topics a little bit. Either way, I will survive. I'm not going anywhere. If you have suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I'll be on the road for the next few hours. My daughter has a flag football playoff game that we're traveling to this afternoon, so I'll check your comments once I get there. Any suggestions, any improvements, any critiques, anything you want to see, let me know in the comments below. See you guys tomorrow.